Hello students, this is your flipped vocab lesson for Storytown Lesson 16. For this video you will need your vocab sheet, a pen or a pencil, and optionally a highlighter. If you have lost your vocab sheet, you can find another one on my website. Let's get started. Here are your directions once again. Watch and listen to this presentation on your own. Feel free to pause and go back as needed. Then, in the middle column on your sheet, write the definition or meaning of each word. Finally, in the right column, write a brief response to each question that goes along with the vocabulary word. Are you ready to get started? Let's go! The first word on our list this week is compensated. Compensated is usually a verb, although sometimes it is an adjective in a sentence. The meaning of compensated is to provide something to balance out the negative effects of something else. The most common way you will hear the word compensated used in real-life conversation is when you're talking about money. So for example, a person might be compensated for all of their hard work by earning a bonus in their salary or wages. How might you compensate for not being very good at acting if you are cast in a school play? So think about what is something you would do to balance out the fact that you're not very good of an actor or actress. Write your response on your vocab sheet. The next word on our vocab list this week is counteract. Counteract is a verb or action word in a sentence. The definition of counteract is act in an opposite manner to prevent or reduce something. You can see that part of the word counteract has counter in it, and usually that word part means that you've got something opposite going on. So that's why you are acting in an opposite manner if you are counteracting something. Let's think about counteract in an example sentence. You might say, I counteracted all of the noise in the room while I was trying to do my homework by putting in earbuds and listening to some soothing music. Now think about this question. What might counteract the symptoms of a cold? Write your ideas on your vocab sheet. Our third word this week is meticulously. You can tell by the ly suffix at the end of the word that meticulously is an adverb. If you would like to use the word meticulously as an adjective in a sentence, please take off the ly suffix and use the word meticulous. Remember, the ous ending makes the word an adjective. The word meticulously means do something carefully, paying strict attention to details. So if I were going to use the word meticulously in a sentence, I might say, I did my math homework meticulously so that I would be able to remember every step. What is a word you could use in place of meticulously? Write your idea for a synonym of meticulously on your vocab sheet. The next word is perfectionist. You might remember from a previous lesson that the ist ending often tells us that our word is a noun, which is a person, place, or thing. In this case, a perfectionist is a person, so the word is a noun. The definition of perfectionist is someone who feels he or she has to do everything absolutely right. If I were going to use the word perfectionist in a sentence, I might say, the pianist was a perfectionist when she played the piano, because she wanted to go over and over each song until she got it just right. Think about this question. What would a perfectionist do if things were out of place in her bedroom? Write your idea down on your vocab sheet. The next word on our list this week is petitioned. You might have heard this word before because when you were in 5th grade, you learned about some of the things that the Founding Fathers wanted to include in our Constitution. And one of those things was the right to petition the government. Well, petitioned is a verb, although sometimes the word petition can be a verb or a noun, meaning the petition or piece of paper itself. The definition of petitioned is to make a formal request for an action or decision from someone who has more power than you have. So, for example, you might petition the principal to get a longer recess or gym class. Now think about this question. What might you petition your parents for? Give it some thought and write down your answer on your vocab sheet. The next vocab word on our list this week is trial. Trial is a word you might be familiar with. This word can be used as a noun or an adjective, depending on the sentence. The definition of trial is test or an experiment to see if something is working. You may have heard this word used as a noun related to something going on with a jury and lawyers and a judge in a courtroom. The trial in that case is the test of whether the person who is defending themselves is guilty or not. You can also use the word as an adjective to describe something that is just being used as practice, such as the trial run of an experiment or some other kind of thing you are trying to achieve. So, why might scientists do a trial run of an experiment? Think about that and write your answer on your vocab sheet. The next word on our list is precise. Precise is used as an adjective or describing word in a sentence. Precise means something that is exact or accurate. You might hear the word precise used in a sentence like this. It's important for the clocks to be precise so that everyone knows exactly what time it is. What would happen if you did not follow a cookie recipe precisely? Think about that and put your answer on your vocab sheet. Our final word this week is regulate. Regulate is used as a verb or action word in the sentence. The definition of regulate is control something's functions and workings. So think about regulate and control as being synonyms with one another. You could use the word regulate in a sentence like this. Your skin regulates your body temperature by releasing extra heat into the air. Now think about this question. Who regulates your classroom? Write your response on your vocab sheet. You did it! So, what's next? Well, first, please go back to review any words you do not understand. Highlight or circle any words you still have questions about, and we will discuss them in class. Then, be ready to play a review game in class using these words. Also, during the week, you will have to read and understand stories that use these vocabulary words in them. Finally, you will need to use each word in an original sentence, and this will be your end-of-week quiz. Make sure you have your assignment done by the due date and turn it in on time. See you next week.